Good morning, fellow creators. It is Saturday, February 7th, 2026, and man, do I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'm starting my morning gessoing some canvases black. I've got these three 9x12s that I put some new canvas on and restretched from something that was on them before. I don't even remember. I'm in an effort right now to start painting. I told myself I'm going to start painting a little bit smaller. I've been doing really big stuff for quite a while, and then starting to prep all this stuff, somehow I managed to also start another really big painting. But I'm starting to think ahead a little bit for the Chaos Within show, which hopefully will be sometime late this year. Things are ramping up for me, and at this point I'm starting to look into where I want to have that show. Maybe even do it as, slightly traveling, like have it in a couple locations or something. I say this because my former, not semi-former, I am still there, but the gallery space where I have been showing for a long time, Redfish Bowl, is very quickly becoming terribly unreliable. On the good side of things, thanks to being friends with various artists around the city and following their Instagram pages, I have found a few new locations that are interesting and opening up some opportunities for me. The first of which is one that is even closer to my house, and it's in an old gallery and frame shop which closed a couple of years ago, which I actually didn't even know closed a couple of years ago. And the little collective is calling themselves the Maple Leaf. Why? Who the hell knows? But they're definitely sort of this really ground up group of a lot of the vibe of their Instagram is sort of this hippie-ish, nature-loving kind of group. But oftentimes that's like some of the most dedicated artists you can ever find. So I'm interested in checking them out a little bit more. And there's another sort of art collective that I came across. I'm probably gonna butcher this name. It's the Atiti Gallery. It's coming from I think sort of like Hinduism, Buddhism kind of traditions, is where that name is. But from what I've seen on their Instagram so far, it is everything that I've already had, but like that extra step up into like a little bit classier. And I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for, is a place like this. What really caught my attention especially was they have a series of like rentable studio spaces. So there was like, it's like we have a photography room and we have a podcast room with all like the audio stuff and setup, and it's like, this is awesome. So I'm hoping tomorrow if they're open, to go check that place out. And depending on how things go, I'd actually really like to have the show there. I mean, I don't know what their gallery rental fees are like, but I would really love to kind of get into that place. I think, especially for both expanding out the city in different places, as well as just find a space that better matches where my art's going and things like that. So I've got a busy weekend ahead. I'm going to a friend of mine's dinner party, and this isn't just like your regular, dinner party, whatever. Nuh-uh. This is an all-day affair. He's doing a full 12-course meal starting at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's just going to run all damn night. I'm super excited for it, but in that sense, it's limiting how much time I can spend in the studio today, which means you're getting a vlog this week and not the tip/tutorial video I've talked about in a post like 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't really had time to work on it. But that video is going to be about 5 tips about painting snow, since there was a big snowstorm in my area, and I was like, you know what, I don't think I have any real videos talking about painting snow. I think that would be a good gap to fill in my video library. I'm going to be doing those on some black gessoed watercolor paper. But I have a stack of these, and I want to practice on a couple of them first, since I don't paint snow super often. So I want to be sure I'm going into that video with confidence, rather than being like, I think this is what I'm doing. You know, if I'm going to teach you guys something, I want to be able to be like, okay, this works, this doesn't, and everything like that. In addition to that stuff, this is a newsletter weekend for me, so I have to think about getting that stuff compiled. I've got, multiple pieces that I've finished. Well, at least one, possibly two, that I've finished recently. This one is almost done. I still have to put in the funny waterfall, but I plugged away and did a crap load of work on this last weekend, as well as starting like 4 other projects. I wanted to share this sentiment too, so I wrote this down. This was a late night studio thought, and I posted this to Instagram. I was like, if you can read my handwriting, you know, this is kind of where I'm at. And I feel like it well encompasses the current cultural climate where we are. And it kind of is leading me into the next big piece. So I'll read you this, finish these, and I'll show you the big thing I'm working on, because that one's exciting and weird as well. There is a messy imperfection that breathes out in response to both AI slop and the chaos that is a society oppressed by moral terrorism. That's my deep philosophical late night thought. So I used that as sort of a jumping off point and started just slapping some color around a canvas, as one does. And I was also doing it as a way to kind of, like, for me it's like, do I need therapy? Probably. But for me, the biggest way to clear my head is to just get in the studio and work on something. So that's what I did. And I've been going through interesting emotional turbulences in my life right now. I won't get specific on that because it's kind of personal. But working through ideas of like this deep, I don't want to say gut-wrenching because it's twisted stress and fear and uncertainty. And I've found that even if I don't finish the piece that way, starting with sort of like a either thin washy acrylic or a layer of oil or something goes a very long way to just forcing all of that negativity out. Okay, let's talk projects both new and old. Today's project, because I don't have a lot of time, is going to be this little guy that I started late last year called Lighthouse Phantoms. I need to do like just barely enough work on this thing to call it done. Like it just needs like a little bit, like 2 layers of stuff and to finish out the land, and everything is mostly just the sort of the swirly paint in the background. So I don't need to do much to this. So that's probably what I'm going to actually work on and finish today. This one I can get you a little closer here now. Almost done, but I don't have enough time to work on it today. So it's likely going to be a tomorrow project in between writing my newsletter. Which, by the way, cinderblockstudios.com to sign up for the newsletter and see all the paintings done when they're done. Now, this is a leftover from the Splatter Worlds project from forever ago. It has the base, and I decided at some point I want to basically do a reverse color, so it's pink to green in the background. There's the splat, and I'm like, now it's green to pink on the other side. So it has sort of this reverse back and forth thing. And I'm leaning towards doing this vertically, possibly like, space and stars up here down to something down below. Not 100% sure what's going to go on it from there, but I really like what's going on with this base. Next two are oil painting bases that obviously aren't dry and won't be dry till at least next month, if not even longer. So we have this thing, pretty simple little eye reflection kind of sky thing going on. And earlier when I was talking about sort of like that deep uneasiness I was feeling, I made this, and this is really cool. There's a lot going on with it, but this white in the middle is really thick, so it's going to be quite a long time before I can work on this, and by the time I get back to it, I likely will not remember what really I was doing other than my note, which says deep-rooted unease. But this has a nice swirly, almost like an igniting flame kind of thing going on. So, interesting base to something, but as far as like where it's going right now is nowhere because it's wet. Next up, I did start a somewhat smaller piece. This is, I don't know, maybe a 15-inch square or something like that. This one I'm excited for, but it's one of those ones that it's like, I'll work on it when I have time, because it's a lot of splatters and a lot of layers that I can't just like work on it for 20 minutes. I have to work on it for 5 minutes and then let it sit and dry for an hour, and work on it for 5 minutes and let it sit for dry for an hour. So this piece specifically, I wanted to focus on the blue to purple colors of the Buy Pride flag, because I want to call this one "Ignite Thy Heart." Is my thought for this. So dark tree in the center, and the very edges are going to be a slow build up into pinks and like purples and pinks, lighter, and I'll probably go back in with the black again on top of that, so it'll be like just the edges. But the way things are right now, I have sort of a black base, which is still visible, and I want to have enough splatters on this that black, original black edge base disappears, or at least is so minimally visible. I saw something kind of similar to this just on a quick post in passing. I'm like, I gotta try something like that. So yeah, specifically those colors, because relating to my life and relating to where I'm sitting with this piece is this like just dark center and starting to branch out and stuff like that. Really specific on that. So this is Ignite Thy Heart, and it's going to take me an absurd amount of time to get done. But I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to that show. And finally, we have yet another big one. This is Breath of Imperfection. What's really cool about this, and I'm sad that I don't really have time to work on it this morning, is there's a reason why I'm not really touching it, is because while the background is all acrylic, and I did not quite stenciling, it was funny, I was just talking in the last couple of videos about complex color and color depth. This takes some of that video's advice more or less to heart. It was a layer of yellow and then a layer of sort of this orangish brown color, which I then laid, it's this old tablecloth with like lace on it and stuff that I've been using in various projects for years. I laid that on to absorb some of the color and then dripped the whole thing in rubbing alcohol. So I got all these blooms and these sort of like these ripples and stuff. And as I was working on it, like I had no idea where I was going with it. I was just messing with color. I've already getting that charcoal on my hands just by holding this on the corner. And I looked at it, I'm like, this looks like a sky, the way it's sort of patterned out. So I added a little spray paint to that, pulled up a horizon, scraped back down here, and then I just grabbed a piece of vine charcoal, interestingly enough, and did this. So this is dry vine charcoal that is very easily smudgeable. And once I get to work on this, again, I'm going to take some acrylic fluid medium, some GAC 100, and start mixing that with the charcoal to do basically the first layer of paint. So it's going to be a like mixed fluid charcoal base. Whoops. In order to give myself the basis of this piece. So it's really exciting. Like I almost never touched charcoal, and it was like one of those things where I was just like, this is super fun. I wish I had video of me working on it, but it was on the floor and I was literally just standing over it doing shit. It's the problem with these new pieces. It's really hard for me to show the process for these because I don't even know what the process is. Every single one of them is a little bit different. But I'm very excited about this piece. I've been thinking about it all week, and now I have zero time to work on it. I was just cleaning up. I found this is the tablecloth thing I was talking about. My mom gave this to me like 15 years ago, and I've been using it on so many different projects over the years. It is amazing how much it comes in handy. But it was this old thing, and there was a big hole in it, so it wasn't usable anymore when she gave it to me. She's like, here, you can use this for painting or something. Yeah, it's like there's big holes here. I don't know where the other big hole was. It's probably sealed up with paint at this point. Oh, there it is. that big hole. Yeah. Could it have been repaired? Probably, but it wouldn't have been. It wasn't worth much in the first place. But yeah, that pattern is how I was able to get all that stuff with the other painting, and then that bit of resist. You can see all that orange on there. That's where that was laying on the piece. So it's funny too, because I was working on it. And I'm like, I'm gonna damp this with some paper towels, and I was like, oh wait, I've got this big thing. I just gotta find it, and it's sure enough tucked in the corner of the studio somewhere since I use it all the time. You gotta stay resourceful when you're painting. You gotta be able to use tools that aren't meant for painting and tools and stuff like that. All right, I really want to work on this now. I've been sitting here talking to you forever. I'll give you guys a little time lapse of this. And yeah. Okay, small though it is, I can at least like say, really completely ruin it immediately. No, I can call say I finished one painting this weekend, yay. Even though I started it like the middle of last year. But one and done is good. It's about 20 to 11. It's gonna take me an hour to get to my friend's house, which means I have to be leaving here around 12:30, which gives me like an hour left in the studio at most. And probably not, because I want to edit and upload this video too, and start working on the newsletter. So I don't really have any time left in the studio. I had enough time to do that and record this. But as long as I'm here, I do want to see if my little tabletop easel will fit that new piece. Not that I should put it on the table, because I do have to finish that yet, but I can clear coat this. Clear coat. Hoping this is tall enough to support that. Mostly just to get it off the floor. It's been on my floor all week. I want to get it off the floor. Oh yeah, plenty of space. Good. Yay. This being up here actually frees up my brain a little bit, that I can mentally work on it, even if I'm not touching it with the I might be able to smear around some medium on this. So, a couple of small brushes and some GAC 100, which I'll probably just put in a little, it's probably not even a palette, probably a cup or something, so I have a much greater volume of it. But yeah, so I'm excited to go hang out with my friend today and his fun little party and everything. That's kind of where my brain's at, but this has been fun. I might even grab a little more charcoal right now and see. I had a couple of thin sticks like this, and I went through like 2 or 3 of them just doing that, or even a charcoal pencil maybe. Which, having this thing now, I was talking about this last time. This drawer here, for all my dry media access, or like a lot of my dry media access, has been amazing. Like, I didn't realize how getting it out of the bigger drawer would help me so much, but like now that I have faster access to it, I'm using stuff again, and it's awesome. Anyway, just to find a couple of... Is that a soft? That's a medium. I need a soft one. Medium's not going to do shit on this canvas. Oh, look, it's an ant or something. That's what I get for having this on the floor for a week. So yeah, so this is where I'm at, is finding... Yeah, I just want to define a couple shapes, basically. Because vine charcoal's real loose, and it gets more gray. So any of the darker spots that I really want to define, I want to make sure those stick out more when I start adding the medium. Next week's videos probably won't be the snow one yet, because again, I need to get around to practicing on the side pieces. But I might record the process of starting to work on this with the charcoal, and maybe give some tips as I go with that. I think that would be a good one to go for. So look forward to that next week, and keep on creating. I'll see you guys next time.